What a happy day. Would you join us in honoring America with our national anthem? The national anthem will be sung by Mr. Tim Long. Gentlemen.
I know him.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the Spring 2012 commencement ceremonies at East Central University. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize the accomplishments and we honor the 2012 East Central University graduates. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce our commencement speaker today, Mr. David Porter. David has worked with Garth Brooks, Jerry Seinfeld, Jack Black, and even Brad and Angelina Jolie. He has worked for Sam Walton, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and Bill Gates, some of the largest corporations in the United States and the world, and he has been a vice president for Walmart, DreamWorks, and currently Microsoft. Today he is corporate vice president of retail stores for Microsoft Corporation. He was recruited in 2009 to create a premium retail experience for customers around the world. David Porter is yet another example of an East Central University graduate who came from an Oklahoma town, Broken Bow, Oklahoma, and gone on to achieve worldwide success. In 2007, he was hired by DreamWorks, where he developed new business models worldwide in home video, consumer products, licensing, and alternative forms of media distribution. If you have a Shrek t-shirt, cup, David Porter can be thanked for that. One of his responsibilities was Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, and the Bee Movie. Currently under David's leadership, Microsoft retail efforts have expanded rapidly. He's just a guy from Broken Bow. He may have an office on the top of a building in Seattle, Washington, but when you talk to him, he's from here. And he's another example that you can get there from here. It's my pleasure to present Mr. David Porter. David, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the Tiger, which we give all commencement speakers, for you to take back to Seattle. So everyone in Seattle will know, once a Tiger, always a Tiger.
It's been almost 30 years since I first stepped foot on this campus as a freshman in the fall of '83. I have fond memories of making that drive from Broken Bow, Oklahoma to Ada, Oklahoma. And yeah, I made a brief and unexpected detour through Durant when I missed one of those turns. I can confirm that unlike some of you today, I was not texting or talking, just simply listening to the radio, driving down the highway, while technology has really changed our lives over the last 30 years. During my years at ECU, I grew up from a young boy to a man. I started my time here as your typical college freshman, boy focused on making new friends, sports, girls, and biology. Well, maybe not even in that exact order. East Central is the place where I grew up and established lifelong friendships. Look around you right now. Chances are these are the relationships that will impact your life most. My experience at East Central is the platform upon which I built a career in retail and entertainment that has spanned nearly 3 decades. I have worked for some of the best companies in the world: Walmart, DreamWorks Animation, and Microsoft. And at this point in my life, I can look back and see how my education here at ECU provided the foundation for truly amazing experiences. At Walmart, I was fortunate enough to work for Sam Walton, negotiate business deals with Steve Jobs, and build a business relationship and ultimately a friendship today with Garth Brooks. During my career at DreamWorks, I did work on movies such as Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, travel the world with a few fun people, including Cameron Diaz, and I did get the chance to walk the red carpet with Brad and Angelina at the Cannes Film Festival in France. Now I do have the privilege to lead the retail business for Microsoft and the company that Bill Gates founded. It's been quite a run, and I'm very, very fortunate. This career was built on the foundation I learned here. Coach Williamson does have a phrase, and he taught me, once a tiger, always a tiger. I can tell you from personal experience how true that is. ECU is a place where I learned 3 core values that shaped my life: patience, perseverance, and dream big. Patience has been a key component in my career. Sometimes this is the hardest lesson to learn when you're freshly out of college and ready to conquer the world. I started at Walmart assembling bikes. During college, like many of you, I worked full-time in a number of hourly roles at the Ada Walmart. When I graduated from ECU, I took a management position as an internal auditor at Walmart, and at that time, I felt like I was ready to be president of the company. Not really. Over the next 25 years, I worked hard and learned the business from a number of viewpoints. One of the most important lessons I learned was to have patience. It became clear to me that success occurred when I stayed focused on the role that I was currently in. When staying focused and performing at the highest level at that time, new and exciting opportunities would come to me. They just happened naturally. And I learned that great things will come to you if you let them come to you. So remember, be patient, take your time, pay your dues, success will come. Perseverance is another major lesson I learned at ECU. Whether it's in your personal or professional life, whether you want to be a nurse, teacher, business leader, you invariably run up against challenges. There have been many times in my career where I faced what seemed to be insurmountable obstacles. One example that comes to mind is when I was at Walmart working on a content deal with a high-profile artist. One of the main objectives was to get the Eagles to record, produce, and distribute a new and exclusive album through Walmart. I knew the Eagles would be challenging to convince, but I went into negotiations with my strong belief that we were doing the right things for our customers and the album would be a huge success. From start to finish, it took over a year to complete that deal. 2 a.m. phone calls with Don Henley, last-minute trips to New York City, and it was all worth it when I walked into the Nokia Center in Los Angeles to a week of sold-out concerts. I knew I'd done the right thing, stayed the course, maintained conviction, and ultimately it was great for fans and customers and for our business. The third principle, dream big. Imagine your ideal job, your very best life. Dreaming also means that you pursue your goals and remain open to new experiences. This is an approach I use to guide me. Whether it's a new technology like Windows 8, a new leadership principle, or a new sport, Push yourself. Recently, I went on my first heli-skiing trip. I'm always challenging myself to try new things, and trust me, sometimes they're scary. When you're jumping out of a helicopter on the top of a mountain, fear is there. Fear is a sign of growth, and it's proof that you're evolving. This applies to your career as well. Trust me, you'll get to a point where you feel like you know everything. You're comfortable. That's exactly the right moment to try something new and pursue the next big dream. I experienced this after 25 years at Walmart. I loved my job in the company, and I knew it would be easy to spend the next 25 years there. But I also felt like I might be missing something, a new challenge, a new opportunity. Ever since seeing the movie Jaws, I had dreamt of working in Hollywood. And while I had the opportunity to work with major film studios and artists at Walmart, I wanted a more direct role in bringing content and stories to life. Taking a job outside of Bentonville, Arkansas meant I had to be open to failure. Maybe not live up to expectations. That's pretty scary. Staring your fears directly in the face is a good sign. It's proof that you're dreaming big and you're pushing yourself. I decided to leave Walmart, took that fantastic job at DreamWorks, and it was like going from Arkansas to Beverly Hills and Hollywood. It did feel like an episode of the Beverly Hillbillies. DreamWorks ultimately led me to the great Northwest, where I lead Microsoft Retail today. At Microsoft Retail, I use patience and perseverance every single day, driving the world's largest software company into a new retail business and creating an experience for millions of customers. You have to keep dreaming big. When I started as employee number 1, it seemed unbelievable that today we would have 16 stores open across the U.S. and selling directly to customers online in over 200 countries in the world. And we continue to grow. We have a goal of opening a store in Oklahoma City in the not too distant future. Each day is a new adventure. My career path has not been typical, but I've loved every minute of it. You will find that your road to success is not a simple and straightforward highway. Challenges will occur, drama will occur, and life will happen. When you're faced with tough situations, I hope you'll remember one quote from today. You control you. If there's anything you take away from today, know that you control you. This lesson's been taught to me by several people. My mom, KT's father, Coach, broad list of people. Many of you know Coach Williamson. He's in the audience today. He's the person who really landed this with me. Sometimes it meant tough visits and conversations in his office. I was probably in there more frequently than he or I would have wanted. The strength, guidance, and loyalty of these friends and family made the difference in my life, and they all taught me, you control you. Today, I admit that I'm far from perfect, but each day I put the principles of patience, perseverance, and dreaming big into practice. And I keep coming back to my East Central University education and the foundation built here. This is where I learned to put in the time and be patient instead of taking shortcuts. This is where I learned to maintain convictions and persevere instead of giving up. This is where I learned to dream big and explore new opportunities instead of playing it safe and comfortable. Life will throw you curveballs, but at the end of the day, you control you. 30 years ago, I could not have imagined standing here, talking to the class of 2012. I'm a dreamer, and like most of you who've seen the Morgan Freeman movie, The Bucket List, I can now say that I checked off a list on my bucket list. And I would encourage each of you to do the same. Make a list, write it down, pursue your dreams. You have shown patience, your perseverance, and your ability to dream big by simply being here today. Congratulations, and thank you again for allowing me to be here.